So yeah, you heard the title, you saw the thumbnail. I'm going to be ranking every single shop available tower, not including event towers, in this video in TDS. And yeah, please consider subscribing. This video took a long time to make, so if you did enjoy, just think about it. Alright, let's get to our first one. Alright, at the bottom of the list, at number 38, we have, yeah, you guessed it, Paintballer. This tower really has no usage. It's bad all around. It has bad stats, bad damage, bad range. And the splash isn't even really good. Also, it's just so out of date that nobody uses it. So, yeah. Next tower on the list is Scout. Scout is like the first tower you get. You pay nothing for it, and you see what you get. At least it's better than Paintballer. It has only hidden detection, even though it looks like it could point in the air. Its stats are pretty bad, but I mean, you don't pay anything for it. Soldier. It's basically just an upgraded scout in every single way. It does have hidden detection just like the scout does, but all around it's just basically a little bit better, and it has no other use than that. Next tower on the list, Shotgunner. This might be surprising to any of you who likes the shotgun tower, but it really isn't that good. It only has hidden and lead, no flying, but it doesn't have the best damage at max level 6. I know it's a shotgun, but even that, the splash isn't the best, and it could be a bit better. Also, I just don't like the shotgunner in general. I feel like it's very unreliable with its very short range. The Demo Man Tower. It's basically, in my opinion, a better version of that tower because it starts off with lead detection, but it does not get hidden detection is the only fact that is pretty bad about it. But it does have much better splash than the other shotgunner does, and it does look much cooler in my opinion. I think it has more uses because you can buy this earlier on, and it's probably going to help you more later on too. So Militant Tower. It's basically a mix between minigunner and scout. Basically, it doesn't fire that fast, but it doesn't fire that slow. And basically, it has no real use unless you use it in hardcore. It does have good final DPS, but it really isn't the best tower, so that's why it's sitting here at Hunter. It really isn't that good on all levels. I mean, it does have hidden and flying detection and not bad subpar DPS, but what really matters is this last upgrade, Deadliest Hunter, where it goes from 36 to 120 damage per shot. This is insane for a level, like, a small level tower. Like, you buy this for like 100 coins in the shop, so it's definitely worth it. And for your value, you're getting good value out of this tower. Also, I like how old it is, even it has a Twitter logo on it. Anyways, that's why it's here at the freezer. It's our first support tower. It does pretty good slowing, as you can see. It does freeze them in place and then freezes them again, because it has a chill effect whenever it shoots, and it upgrades every single time. And when you max it, it does have a grenade frost ability that you can throw, and it instantly freezes all units in the range. This tower is really good support, but I mean, there's better options just like Cryomancer and things like that. They're just better overall than this is, because this damage is pretty low as well. But that's why it's here at the next tower on the list, the Medic Tower. It barely has like any DPS, and some people think it's good, some people think it's bad. So I put it near the bottom because you really don't really need the max, because the only useful part about this is this ability right here, where it heals all troops in range. But even then, it's pretty bad. You don't really need it for any game mode. I know it can be used for hardcore, but anyways, that's why it's here. The next tower on our list is our first cliff tower, the Sniper Tower. It has hidden or flying detection first level, no upgrade, then gets hidden detection level 2, then gets lead detection at level 3, so it gets all 3 detections for being the starter unit. And of the two, this is miles better than the other one, doing 40 damage every 2 seconds. 20 DPS is not bad. Along with the range, this is why I put it here, because it is a pretty good unit. The next unit on the list is the Ace Pilot. It is our first above ground unit that flies in circles or in figure eights when it does damage. It can throw bombs at level 2, and at level 4 it gains the ability to give hidden detection to towers in its range. It's a very good support and DPS unit, giving hidden detection at the same time as doing pretty good damage. But it's not really used for much right now at the moment, except for sometimes hardcore. So That's why it's here on our list. The next tower on our list is the Cowboy, which might be surprising to some of you, as a lot of you use it for cash. And even though it does give a good amount of cash, it's nowhere near using farm. And the damage is really just not that useful. It won't really help you defend, especially since it only has hidden detection. And the damage isn't too bad when maxed out, but for the cost, it's just not worth it because you're only getting $180 for how much you're spending. So yeah. Next tower on our list is the Warden. The Warden has really short range and is a melee unit. But the thing about it and the gimmick about it is that it has stun. It can stun some enemies for some time. Like you see how it just stops in place a little bit? Yeah, that's what the Warden is. And it also is stun immune because it has a shield with it. So that was the Warden tower. Next up on our list is the normal minigunner, and this is where it starts to get good. Normal minigunner has pretty good DPS, pretty good range, pretty good all-around stats, and is a pretty good tower to use. So I recommend buying it. It's like a subpar DPS that you would use if you didn't have stuff like engineer and accelerator. So it's a W. Next up on our list is the Trapper Tower. It places down little traps that the enemies can walk on. And it doesn't just have spikes. You can place bear mines, bear traps, landmines by the way. And yeah, he can explode, he can do splash, and he can do stun. So he's a pretty good all-around balanced unit. So I do recommend buying him because he is pretty good price in the shop right now. Unless they nerf it after this video, which they probably won't. Next tower on the list is the Rocketeer. The Rocketeer has gotten a recent rework. It's not that recent, but it is pretty good. It has a dead zone which it cannot hit inside, and if an enemy is inside, it will not target it. But it makes up for it with its ginormous range. Level 1 already does 30 damage, which is insane. And then at max level, it has a 4-shell rocket gun, RPG, and it shoots 4 90 damage rockets at a time. So yeah, W tower, and especially since it only costs $1,500 to place down. Next tower on our list is the Crook Boss. This is the golden skin, but I'm not using the golden perk. It has very good damage for early game, and as well as that, it spawns in a goon every certain amount of time, as you can see here. And once I get it to level 3, it'll start spawning Tommy goons as well as the normal Crook goons. And it's all around good tower to use. It has great value, great damage, and it does kind of fall off in the late game, but it makes up for it for its amazing early game defense. Next on the list is the Pyromancer. Instead of using a gun or a laser beam or something like that, it uses a flamethrower, as the name suggests. It has very, very good crowd control, maybe some of the best in the game. It has lead detection, hidden detection, and it does burn damage, as you can see, as he's still doing damage even though he's not attacking. And it has a very good defense melting capabilities. So this is an all-around, really balanced, very good tower. Next tower on our list is the Mercenary Base. It spawns in little guys that you can upgrade and choose with different paths, like as if the Rifleman, the Rocketeer, and then you can get the Riot Guards, which are very OP. And it unlocks this ability where you can pick any one on the map and place it down. And at level 6, it gives a 20% damage boost, so it is a very good the DPS unit, as well as being a pretty good support unit. And with this, it also has a medic healer, which doesn't just heal the rifleman, it also heals other units in range that are on the track. So, very good unit. I probably should have ranked it higher, but this is just my opinion, so yeah. Our next unit on the list is the Electroshocker. The Electroshocker has very good crowd control, very good stun, and is an all-around really good support unit. It does stun, as you can see, and it starts having a really slow cooldown, but really high damage, and it can chain through enemies, which is a really good effect. So it can chain through multiple enemies, I think it's up to 8 or 10, which is very good. It also reduces the defense like a Pyromancer, but I would recommend Pyromancer for that. This is not for that. It's just a much better support tower than a lot are. So that's why it's here on the list. Okay, you might be wondering why I put military base so high on the list. And the reason why is because it is a intermediate tower, meaning that it is very easy to get. On the other hand, something like Mercenary Base, you have to be level 180 to unlock that. This, it just costs 2,500 coins. That's like 5 matches. And how good it can be is insane. It spawns truck-going units that can either be a tank, be a railgun tank, or be a truck with a gun on it. And it has this ability that has pretty good splash that you can place anywhere on the map that bombs it. And if you wanted to see what the railgun tank is, let me spawn it real quick. Yes, this is the railgun tank. It's insane. 1,500 health, 24 damage, hit detection, 80 splash damage. Yeah, that's why it's so high on our list. Next tower on our list is the Necromancer Tower. It has a meter right here, and whenever this is filled up, it spawns a grave. And once you get it to max level, it can be split into beams that hit 3 enemies at a time. And if you're wondering, yes, when it spawns, it does damage. It is a very good unit, and it is one of my favorites, if I'm not gonna lie. And look at he places graves. When I press the ability, it does damage along with spawning certain guards. And these can be differing from like the giant, the executioner, the skeletons, and the ones with swords, the hollow guards. 20 damage in detection, 0.8. Yeah, they're very good. If I spawn it again, yeah, I'll get good skeletons. It's a very good unit, and it's just all around pretty good. So that's why it's here on our list. Next tower is the Mortar. The Mortar is our second cliff tower on the list, and it is very good. It has high damage, high splash, high crowd control, and is a very good balanced unit that is very good. You can use it for many different game modes, and yeah, it's just all around. I recommend using this tower. Next on our list is Turret. In my opinion, like the most outdated unit in the entire game. It has no animation for shooting, it just shoots out a bullet, and yeah, it just is good. It has such high DPS, but it's hard capped so that you can only place 3. So yeah, but do you see the DPS on that thing? That's why it's up here. And lead and hidden detection, yeah, it's good. But what's right above Turret? Another turret. The Gatling gun. The most unique character gun thing in the game. You can use it as a first-person shooter, which is the main gimmick of this, where you can get inside of it and shoot it right here. But what's crazy about this is that once you exit, you can see the stats. If I upgrade it to max level, it will have insane stats. 75 damage every 0.09 with 50 range. And here's the thing about Gatling gun. If you're using it by yourself, you can pierce 2.5 enemies, I believe. That is insane DPS. It is the most expensive tower in the game, and it does have to reload. But even with that, it is the most DPS dealing unit in the game. And yeah, it deserves to be up here, but even though you can only place 1. Above that is the Brawler Tower. The Brawler has really high melee attack damage, and it can really pack a punch. It does a lot of damage, and it can knock back units on the track. It can't do it to this because this is no stun, but it also has an ability that lets it do ton of splash damage where it can relocate itself and reposition. So now it is able to be right here even though it was placed over there. And it has insane DPS being 85 over 0.5. And on top of that, it's as well good early defense and stun immune. So yeah, you're going to want to be having this tower. Next on the list is our final cliff tower, I believe. The Ranger Tower. And as the name suggests, it has 50 range. The most in the game, shared with Gatling gun. It is insane. It has 1,050 damage with a little bit of splash damage at max, with 7 cooldown. And it has the best flying lead detection in the entire game. It is just very balanced in the good way, where it has a stat where it can buff other towers on top of it being a crazy tower itself. If you see this little orange circle here, it buffs other towers' range inside the circle by a certain amount every single wave. Yeah, it's crazy. The next tower on our list is the Commander. And just to let you see how good it is, you can see how fast this scout is firing. Let me max out the Commander and then use the ability. Yeah, you can see how fast it's shooting right now. 0.23. Yeah, that's pretty good. As well as it doing 25 damage itself. And with that, if I sell this scout right here, it might be able to defend by itself, because I can use this $2,000 ability that it has to spawn in the APCs. These bad boys are crazy and are definitely going to take this little ducky out. So yeah, he can fend for himself. He does crazy support. In my opinion, the second best support in the game. And yeah, he's just very nice. Also, I love the skin. Next tower on our list is another support unit, the Farm. It does no damage, no support, except money. It can give you a ton of money. If you place this down, you get your bread up, just like the ducks. And it is very good. It is so much better than Golden Cowboy or Normal Cowboy. It is just the best way to get money in this game, except if you're in hardcore. And yeah, the Pursuit Tower has to be here. The Pursuit, in my opinion, could possibly be the best tower in the game, but it just isn't. I don't know why, but it does crazy damage. And the best part is, it covers the entire map, technically. I can place it anywhere on the map and it will go straight there. And yeah, when you see the stats on this bad boy, it is insane. It has the only tower to have two paths, top half plus bottom half. Top half aims for more DPS, more single target DPS, and bottom half aims for more splash damage dealt. And the stats on the DPS version, 26 every 0.08 with 200 ammo. It's crazy. It also has flying and lead detection and stun immune and freeze immune. Yeah, it's insane. It's very crazy. That's why you need to be level 100 to obtain it. So that's why it's here on our list. Next on our list is the DJ. The DJ is just the best support tower in the game. There's no questions asked when you say what is the best support tower in the game. It has so much variety in what you can do to support towers. It has 4 tracks plus an ability, and it does 50 damage with the ability. Purple track, you can read this, gives more range and the ability pushes back enemies and does 50 damage. Green track is usually what people use. It gives a 15% discount, 10% damage boost, 22.5% range boost. Or no, 12.5, I don't know what I'm saying. And when you use the ability, it gives you money. So it's another form of income. Red track gives damage boost and does 50 damage every single time it uses the ability. And yeah, it's insane. 1.2 damage. It's just all around the best, well-rounded support tower. And can I get a drum roll? The second best tower in the game is the Engineer Tower. You might be wondering why I didn't put another tower up here and why this isn't the best, but you'll see why. It is very good. It has a pretty good placement limit of 6. It places turrets as it attacks. As you can see, once it starts attacking, if it gets this meter up, it places a turret, and the turrets are the main source of DPS. They shoot rockets, they do a ton of DPS, and they're stun immune for 1 hit because they have a shield. So all around, this is a very well-rounded unit. And it has all 3 detections, which, I mean, the turrets don't, but it's still a cool fact. And it's the first one to kill that ducky in the entire video, so you could tell it's strong. Some of you might have seen this coming, but the number 1 spot for the best tower in the game is the Accelerator. The reason why is because you can place 8 of these, and it is much more reliable than, say, the Engineer. Because if the Engineer doesn't have any sentries, then it just sucks. It's just simple as that. But the Accelerator is much better. You can place more of them. It's cheaper to get in the shop, which is another big reason because more people have it. And yeah, it is just the best tower in TDS. It has many uses. You use it for almost any game mode in the game, basically every single one. Hardcore, Fallen, Event. You use it for every single game mode because it is super reliable. And yeah, If you don't have this, you need to be grinding for this. And I recommend buying this instead of the engineer first. So, yeah. Hope you enjoyed. Bye.